And we are back with another Beyond the Streams video. Today we have a special guest, Trooper.
What's going on, my peoples?
How's it going, man?
You know how it is. Same old every day.
Same old every day. Of course, we got Next Level with his food and his beard.
What's good? What's good?
What's good? So today is going to be a different show. We've been exploring with interviews, and we wanted to bring Trooper in because he's been he's made such a huge impact within the streaming community in ways that you probably did not know. So we wanted to bring Trooper in, and before we start off, Troop, just go ahead and let the people know who you are. Maybe what's your background a little bit, where you're from, maybe some of your upbringing, and yeah, go for it, man.
Well, I'm Trooper69, and I support a lot of people's channels, make them grow. Telegram, Twitter, everywhere you see me. Live in Florida, sunny state. Wow. We got the coronavirus over here. Everybody from New York bringing it up. Nah. But other than that, man, all I do is support people, man. Be true to the people and humble. And just move it forward. That's all I do.
Amen to that. Now, one of the things that some people might know you is I know you do moderate a lot of people. And you've been moderating actually for quite some time now.
Yeah.
When was I guess who was I don't know if you remember this, but who was the first person that you actually moderated?
Oh man, I think it was Husham. Yeah, a long time ago, Husham.
Yeah.
Wow, that would have been a long time ago.
Around when? What year do you think?
I don't know. I don't keep track.
Yeah. I know it's a lot of people. Do you still keep in touch with Husham?
Nah. He's doing his own thing, you know. Everybody moves on, like I said.
Yeah, a lot of people move and do different stuff after a while. Now with so I know. Okay, so Husham was one of the first. I met you through Touchtone.
Yeah,
and that was you were probably already moderating a lot of people by the time we met.
Yeah.
What got you into why did you want to help moderate people with their channels and help grow? What got you into it?
Well, like I seen a lot of channels, you know, everybody joining, nobody was doing nothing, you know, everybody had a ranch or nothing. And the people that did, they wasn't like promoting their channel, they wasn't doing nothing. I was the first one that started doing that for everybody's channel. Started putting out links, putting everything out there for the people. That way, you know, they get bigger, they grow, you know, they share, you know, and keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you get paid or anything like that for them, or you're just doing it?
No, I do this as a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't expect nothing from nobody. Never ask nothing from nobody, and everybody could tell you.
Mm-hmm. I could tell you personally, I've actually told you a couple times, like, hey, do you want this? Do you want me to send you this? Can I buy you this? And you always tell me no.
Nah, man, this, you know, it's a hobby, man. You know, I ain't about the money. You know, people out there, they're about the money. I'm not about the money. Mm-hmm. I could be broke and I still won't ask you for a dime.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's how I was brought up, you know, just, you know, do you and you'll prosper.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I will say this, though. I did buy you dinner one time.
Yeah, there you go. we went to, what was it? Wing House.
Wing House.
Yeah, Rojas came down to the Wing House. Took him to the Wing House.
Now, there is a story, and I know Next Level doesn't know about this. So I think it was like, I want to say either 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I went to Orlando, and it was 2 years ago. I remember the date just clicked in 2 years ago. And it was totally random. It was like, hey, let's go to Orlando. Let's go to Disney World. We're actually looking at houses out there. And I told True, hey, I'm going to be going out there. And he's just like, for real? He's like, where? I'm like, oh, Disney World. He's like, dude, I don't live that far from there. Like, no kidding. So, he was just like, let's meet up, let's hang out somewhere. And I'm just like, cool. I got my wife with me, so it'll be us three. And I'm like, unless you have somebody that you want to bring. He's like, no, just me. I was like, okay. So he says, let's go out and get some dinner. The first thing I told True, he's smiling because he knows already.
But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
I said, no Hooters, no Twin Peaks, no anything with boobies, no TNA. My wife is coming with me.
Yeah, but in Florida, where are you going to go to a place, especially a restaurant or whatever, that don't have Hooters or, boobies or nothing? Come on now. You tell me.
I'm thinking, because I was like, yeah, let's go to a good sports bar. I'm thinking like out here we have like ESPN Zone. We got Wingstop. There's several places that is just like a bar with wings and beer, and you know what I mean? It's just chill. There's some TNA, but it's not like in shorts and a bikini.
Okay, but when you come to Florida, it's a whole different story to what you got over there. They don't got over here.
So, long story short, next level. I am in the parking lot. He gave me the address after I told him no Hooters. We're in the parking lot, and I see this guy in. I thought it was Trooper at first. I see this dude because mind you, this is the first time I'm actually seeing Trooper.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking long hair, biker guy. You see his image with the skulls. So that's what I'm thinking, And there's some dudes that came up with long hair and bikes. So I was like, okay. I'm like, no, that's not him. No, that he's coming by. I'm pretty sure he's gonna come by himself, unless he's gonna, I don't know, like bury me somewhere. And then I was like, okay. I'm like, maybe we should just. I think Troop said, hey, you know what? Just meet me inside. Grab a table because it does get busy. I was like, okay. So I start walking to the front with my wife, and I see this 5'2" girl with extremely small booty shorts with her cheeks hanging out, a very small crop top, and I'm just like, oh boy. I'm like, that's probably somebody's girl, whatever. Walk in, I see another girl, she was dressed the same, but it wasn't a uniform. That's just how she had little shorts and a small little crop top. I was like, okay, whatever. And then she turns around and she says, hey babe, how can I help you? And I'm over here with the wife. I'm like, I need a table for 3. And she's like, oh, follow me. And I look at my wife, and she's like this. No. And I'm like, look, Troop picked the spot. I had no idea, I swear.
It was either that or Gators is the same thing. You go to Gators, you're gonna see everything.
So we sat down, and she's like, your waitress will be back. So another girl with skimpy everything shows up.
Yeah.
And good thing I already talked to the wife. I'm just like, what kind of beer do you want? What kind of food do you want? What kind of this do you want? Troop's like, just give me whatever. I don't even care. So I told the girl, it's one of those moments where you don't want to make eye contact, but you're making eye contact.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, I need one of these beers. Let me cover my eyes, guys. I need one of these. I need 3 beers.
Rojas needed one of those things that the horses wear.
The blinders, yeah.
So I order all this food, right? All this booze and everything. Actually, no, I didn't order food. I ordered booze, and some guy walks by, walking right towards us, had us a big smile, and then I hear his laugh, and I'm like, Troop. He's like, "What's up, man?" And we hugged and everything. Said, "What's up?" First time interacting. I'm like, "This is the wife," and he met the wife. Said hello, and so we started eating, and we were just talking, and just like this is super cool that we've known each other for. Oh man, I don't even know when I started my YouTube channel. Maybe 2016, 2017.
YouTube, then the Henchman.
Yeah, and then with the Henchman, so it was pretty cool. So we were like talking and stuff. Then this other girl shows up and was even skimpier. And Troop, like straight up next level, Troop probably broke his neck.
I wasn't the only one. I see Rojas with the eye, and I'm like, oh shit.
This is literally what happened. I was reaching out for my beer. Troop whips his head around, and then I felt not a pinch, but like I guess like a flick on my leg, which was the wife.
What the hell are you looking at?
I was like, oh boy.
Do you have a married section we can sit in? Or
It was good. It was a good night, though.
But it was a good night. It was at the end of the night, the wife and I, we were driving back to our hotel, and she's like, that was fun. She's like, Trooper seems like a good dude. I'm like, Trooper is a good dude. And luckily for me, that whole the chicks didn't get brought up. So I was good.
That's a good part.
That's the good part. So then, but yeah, like one of the things Troop and I, we worked together with the Henchmen, and well, it's crazy because I knew Troop. I met Troop through Touchstone because he was moderating him, and then Troop asked me if you ever need help, like I'm here. I'll share your videos, and I'll get them around for you and stuff. I was like, okay, cool. And Troop knows my channel has always been the drama free. And we were in that Henchman group. Do you remember everybody who was in their Troop?
Yep.
Who was in?
You got Solus. You had Ruthless. Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Big Jig.
Big Jig. That's right. Jane.
Yeah, Jane and two more. What?
Me.
Yeah, you, but two more. There's two more. Well, one got kicked out, and you came in, and that was it. The last one I forgot.
Yeah, I was the last henchman to join, right?
Yeah.
Because I know there was another henchman group. Everybody stayed together until you guys kicked. You guys kicked out two people, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miscoordination. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, how did you get into the? I know when you were moderating people, when you were like Husham, were you doing your own streaming stuff already by then? Were you learning? Like, how did you get into the whole streaming world?
I was doing my own thing on the background, you know. I got in touch with Solus and everything. He taught me some stuff. Ruthless taught me some stuff, you know. But I didn't get into it, because I was still doing all these moderating on all the channels, so I barely had the chance. Plus, at that time I had 3 jobs pretty much, and single parent, come home, cook for the kids, It was a little hectic, but hey, my little spare time that I had, I put it into everybody else,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where did you get your name?
Well, I always been a trooper, man. Everybody just started calling me Trooper. You a real trooper. So I stuck with Trooper for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When did you add the 69 to it?
I always had this 69.
Yeah. Now, do you still got 3 jobs?
Nah, right now I got 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a little hectic here and there. Sometimes I gotta work doubles, and it's. Gotta say, gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta support the family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How come you never started a YouTube channel?
Listen, I got all my YouTube, everything. I got everything for YouTube. If I wanted a YouTube channel, I would have started a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's the time. You know, the little, and especially what I'm doing. Forget it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think back in the day, that one of the people that we used to watch that was he used to call a lot of people out, was Joe Nobody.
Yeah, Joe's cool. I used to mock for him too. Joe.
Yeah. You remember Joe?
Yeah.
I think if you were to ever start one, I think you'd be today's Joe Nobody.
Yeah.
You know? I think I know you're really, really busy, so I think it'd be pretty cool to see that. But yeah, so you've been in the Henchmen. What other groups have you been in?
That's about it. Like I say, I don't associate myself with a lot of people. And then the 69 Death Squad, that's it.
Yeah. Now I will say this: both of us have been in both groups.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that we've done has been like Cody add-ons, playlists, had some builds. So it's pretty cool to see them grow. For me, it took you a while to finally have your own build too.
Yeah, it took me a while. Like I say, I was working in the background little by little, you know. When I felt like it, I did something. I wasn't, I didn't want to just boom, just bring it out like everybody else. Nah, I take my time, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I ain't no rush, no nothing. Hey, it just worked.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Can you remember all the people that you've modded for? Because I know you modded for a lot of people. Who I guess who are the first names that pop into your head that you modded? Husham, you said it was like one of the first.
Husham, Demi. There's too many people, man. Touchtone, Bo, and them came afterwards,
But
yeah.
You could have modded for any number of YouTube communities. Why did you pick the streaming community?
Because that's what I like. I started with FTA. That's no lie. I haven't paid for cable. I don't even know how long.
Mm-hmm.
I started with free to air boxes.
Yeah,
that's what I was doing before Cody XBMC came in.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, did that. When they cut that off, I started with the XBMC. I was like, okay, I'm still gonna be cutting the cord. I'll pay for my cable, whatever. For my internet, that's about it. But I ain't paying for no services.
Mm-hmm.
So from there on, I just took it and flew with it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell the community a little bit about what it's like to moderate multiple channels at the same time? Because we can go from live stream to live stream
that's
at the same time, and we'll see Troop. Troop is there.
I moderated, I think it was, the most I moderated at one time was like 8 YouTube lives.
Mm-hmm.
One time, that was it. Other than that, maybe 4, 3, depends. But hey, it's like I say, once you're into it, once you know what you're doing, you got everybody's YouTube page, all their stuff, everything is, you just concentrate on what you're doing.
What are some of the ways that you support the YouTube channels that you support? Like what are some of the things that you do in the background or even in the chats that people don't see?
Oh man, I help them with a lot of things. I promote their channels. I tweak their channels. If they need help or anything, they know how to contact me. Hey, Troop, can you get this such and such person on my show? Hell yeah, I've done that plenty of time for a lot of people.
I'll say this. So, you know, some people know this, some people don't know this. When Touchstone and I had our fallout, Troop was very, very neutral. And, you know, again, I met Troop through Touchstone, and Troop was moderating for him and then said, hey, if you need anything, let me know. Now, very few people know what happened back then. I will say this. I got burnt pretty hard, and I want to say that there's a good chance that for me at that time I thought Touchstone knew what was going on and started this whole thing, but after finding out some more stuff, it sounds like it was just some guys that were just messing with Touchstone and I. So Troop could have gone any way possible. He could have left me alone. He could have badmouthed me. He could have done whatever. And he's just like, hey, if you do need help with anything, just let me know, and you know, I'll see what I can do. One of the things Touchstone and I, we've been, him and me have been on live shows together a few times recently, and we keep it, you know, as respectful as we can. We don't badmouth each other. We don't do anything dumb. But the one thing with Troop is it doesn't matter if Troop's over here with me or if Troop's over there with him. Like, you know, you still moderate for Touchstone, you still moderate for me. And I will say this again, without throwing names out there and stuff like that. I have noticed is sometimes people get to a certain stage and they'll have that extra chip on their shoulder.
I'm neutral with everybody, you know, everybody, you know. I used to remember when people used to give out things for free, you know, live shows, boom. When have you seen that in a couple of YouTube channels? When? Yeah, exactly. But other than that, when do you see anybody else give away a giveaway? You know?
Mm-hmm. It's very rare when you see people do that. So where do you go from here then? Where do you go? Like, where's Trooper going for? I guess I know you got your 2 jobs right now, and I know a bunch of us have talked to you before about like, hey, when are you starting your own YouTube channel, or when are you starting your own?
Like I said, but it's there, bro. One day I might just flip, you know, because you got all these haters or whatever. One day I might flip and just bring out a hater, you know, Trooper 69, boom. Haters, bringing out all the haters in the Cody community and the streaming world, boom, you know. It's coming to that point, but hey, I'm taking it calm, you know. It's there. Yo, trust me, it's there. I had this equipment for I don't even know how long. Mm-hmm. I just don't have the time, you know. Yeah. I have the time for y'all guys, you know, because hey, it's a hobby for me, you know. Boom. But if I really wanted to get into the YouTube, oh my God, I'll make a killing.
So what you're saying is, if you were to make a YouTube channel, would your channel be calling people out all the time?
No, it'll be about everything. I'm talking about everything. Cooking, you know, cooking with Trooper, boom. You know, streaming with Trooper, you know, a little bit of everything. It ain't gonna be all just one thing. Mm-hmm. If I bring out a channel, it's gonna be about everything.
So like the life of Trooper.
Yeah, the life of Trooper or whatever is gonna be everything. But hey,
what does Trooper do?
Yeah, what the Trooper does after hours.
It's like what is that? What would Jesus do? But what would Trooper do?
Yeah, like I said, yo, Rojas, I got plenty of equipment. I got everything there, man. It's just there, you know. Mm-hmm. It's just there. I have a DJ equipment that I think I even forgot how to DJ that. I used to be a DJ. I have my whole equipment right there, just sitting there. I haven't even touched because I don't have the time.
Yeah. Dang, that's nice. When did you DJ? How old are you?
Me? Guess. Take a quick guess.
You were in your teenage years, or your 20s, maybe?
Yeah, at about 28, 30,
Mm-hmm.
about there. Yeah.
Where did you DJ? Like clubs or?
No. DJ parties, no clubs. My best friend, I have cousins and friends. They DJs.
Mhm.
I don't never know if you ever heard of DJ Lex One.
Sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm. But I used to work with those people.
Okay.
I used to be like, personal bodyguard. So
Uh-huh.
that's it. But yeah, they taught me a lot. A little bit of here, a little bit there.
Mhm.
I've been around.
What DJ equipment do you have?
I got some Denons, 3800s.
N9s 3800s.
Oh yeah.
What would be really cool, because I know with music you can only do so much of music on YouTube before it becomes copyright, copyright strikes
Yeah,
and stuff.
man, like I said, the equipment is just there, sealed in the case, haven't been touched.
Mm-hmm.
And my kid's like, "Yo, what you doing with that?" And I'm like, "Hey, you wanna, I offer to teach them, but they're like, nah, Dad, I ain't got time. I'm working and I'm doing this, and
Mm-hmm.
my girlfriend this, my girlfriend that, whatever."
Mm-hmm. That'll be cool to see though. That'll be I think that'll be a cool side of Trooper to see, like, hey, look, here's my DJ equipment. This is what I used back in the day. And
Be like, chick, chick, chick. F the haters. F the haters.
your new intro.
Yeah, hell yeah. I was thinking about it too. Oh man.
Did you make Touchstone's song, The Roku Thursday?
No. No.
I know that was you.
No, but like I said, I've been around, man.
Yeah, no, that honestly, that would be kind of cool to see, just because that's stuff that people don't know about you. Like, yeah, if Troop's a cook, I want to see what you can cook.
Yeah, I was a cook for 7 years. 7 years. I stopped. I just cook for the kids and everything now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was in my teens, I used to work for a resort. And yeah, that's where I started learning how to cook.
Which resort you at?
I was at Westgate Resorts.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my mom taught me from little, she's like, okay, you'll never die of hunger.
Mm-hmm.
Just watch what I do. I'm going to show you how to cook. All you need a woman is for one thing. That's it. She leaves you whatever, you'll never die of hunger. Let's keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's true. Well, look at Next Level with his beard and his hidden treasures.
Leave me alone. We had an interview that we did with the butcher, and he kind of gave us his experiences from, I guess, how the streaming community has evolved over the time. And he said in the beginning, I guess with the Cody community, everybody was one group and everybody kind of did everything together. So I think it'd be kind of interesting if you kind of told us your experiences as you watch the streaming community evolve as well too.
Well, the streaming community used to be nice peaches and cream, man. I mean, everything was perfect, As when people started stealing everybody's add-ons, people started stealing people's add-ons, changing it to, and make it as their own. But in a fine print, in a fine little print, you look at it real good, and you'll see that fine print, And whoever coded it, it was there,
Mm-hmm.
But that's when everything started screwing up. Everybody's stealing from each other. Everything's out in the net. It's free. Hello. Mm-hmm. If I could get it, I could get my hands on it. Hey, you can't say it's yours. No way in hell. But other than that, hey, like I said, the Cody community started falling out when everybody started doing that crazy shit. You know, excuse my language, but hey, the truth is the truth. But you know, you got haters over here, haters over there. There's gonna be haters everywhere. You know, that's part of life.
I know Butch, that's one of the things that he says that he gets mad about, where people steal stuff, and he's just like he doesn't even care if they steal an add-on. It's more of
the credit. Where's the credit issue to? Who are you giving that credit to? Don't claim it as your own, because it's not your own.
Yeah, and I know Blammo. Well, I've worked with Blammo and Tantrum, Solus, Mike Myers, Bob from Goodfellas. Man, there's so many people that I've worked with.
Yeah, I've worked with Bob too for a long. Yeah.
And the one thing I've always noticed with a lot of these, unless I know Goodfellas, they did a lot of their coding on their own. And they thanked each other and stuff. And you could see it and the way everything listed. With some of these add-ons, like when I know with Solus passed his Poseidon and Trident over. No, it was Trident, and then Blammo took it, called it Poseidon. He put a little code in there that he says thanks to Solus, and then thanks to Midril, thanks to Butcher, Blue, and like there's always a little code in there. And then in the front of the add-on, there's always a little information where they said thanks for these people for helping me.
Exactly.
And some people did do that.
Yeah, give credit to where credit is due.
It'll be interesting, I guess, to see, because the one thing I will say is the torch gets passed over and over and over. So it's interesting. It'll be cool to see how it's going to look like within a year or two from now. Like with some of that, because Cody's not dead. It is
never going to die.
Microsoft, did Microsoft take over it again?
I don't know.
Because I know it's back on Xbox.
Well, they probably got their hands in it a little bit, but
it's back on Xbox since a year ago. I think like 2019, maybe mid 2018. I forget when, but I want to say, oh man, I know I'm going to eat my words later. I want to say Microsoft owns Cody again. And I think I heard that they might even be changing the name. Because remember, it was XBMC when it was first on Xbox. Then when they released it and they didn't want it anymore, the team took it and renamed it to Cody. And I thought I heard something about the name being changed again. I don't know.
No, we'll see. We will see.
We'll see. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But I like having you here, Troop, because I know I'm moving my mic here. I like having you here, Troop, because there's a lot of people that there's a lot of background and history behind a lot of people. What I think would be kind of cool to share is what would be out of all the memories, we'll do two of them, because I know you like to talk about the drama. Let's do this. Out of all the memories, no drama, non-drama related, who is the one, I don't know if it's a YouTuber, if it's a Cody developer, if it's a Skinner or whoever, who is the one person that you've known for a long time, and you could say, I don't know, if you could share like a funny story between you two or a group of people?
A group of people, hangouts. Way back in the day, Bob, Chemtech, everybody, the whole group fellas, everybody used to be in there. Solus, I'm talking about everybody used to be in the hangouts. That was the good old days, man. Everybody talking, shooting the shit, talking about sharing and everything. That was the good old times, man.
So it was back when everybody just worked together.
Yeah, when everything started, yeah. That was the best time, man. And everybody separated their own ways. We still kept in touch or whatever, but everybody was doing their own thing. And that's when the drama started.
Okay, so for the drama, what is the best or funniest drama that you've ever been a part of?
Oh my God, what? I'm gonna shut Cody down. I'm gonna tell everybody who you are. Remember that one?
I remember that
I
one.
ain't gonna mention no names, but they know who they are. Come on.
I know.
I still remember to this day.
Next level. Do you know what he's talking about at all?
Shutting Cody down?
Yeah. Do you remember that whole thing?
No, because I stayed away from drama. I was never involved in much.
Me neither. I was never in the drama shit. That's the point.
It has nothing to being involved. It has everything to knowing what was being said in everywhere. It was like
in the community, period.
It was like Reddit. Yeah. It was in Reddit. It was in Twitter. It was in Cody. It was in XBMC forum. Like, you name it. If it has to do with anything about streaming, and I'm not even saying specifically about Cody. If you just don't even bring up Cody, streaming, like there was forums, Netflix forums that people were talking about this. Yeah. And it was literally a comment, of course, the dramaness, but it was, I'm gonna shut this whole thing down.
I'm gonna rat each and one of you to the feds.
There's still groups that say that stuff all day long.
Nah, but there was.
This is how the whole thing started.
Yeah, exactly.
And ever since then, it was like anytime anybody brings a joke about it, of course it didn't happen. It everything is still up. Streaming is still alive. Cody is still but it was just one of those tantrums that was just like, whoa. And it was literally, I think Terrarium was pretty big already at that point when it was out. And people were like, dude, Terrarium's going to shut down too.
It was funny. That day was hilarious. Oh my God.
It was.
All right, Karen, sit down.
We had all kind of developers there. We had everybody you could say was there.
Mm-hmm. Everybody was there. It was crazy. Who do you still keep in touch, Troop? Like from way back in the day, like before you met me, like who do you still keep in touch way back in the day?
Still Ruthless, Adam Wiz, damn. Mostly people from the henchmen.
Mm-hmm.
Still keep in touch with Blammo once in a while when he got internet or whatever. Mod, the 69 Dead Squad,
Yeah.
Bob once in the blue moon when I see him on your show or whatever, say hi, whatever. But yeah, I never had a problem with Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Henchman and Bob with Goodfellas were one of the old school guys.
Yeah.
All those two groups I know were around from. I want to say. Oh, I know Phoenix, one of the add-ons, Phoenix was a big one back in the day, and Goodfellas was around the same time, and the Henchmen came after, like not too far after, but after. Like Phoenix was like the one that started the whole thing.
I still keep it, Todd. I always,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in people's channels. I'm still around.
Yeah, no, for sure. So we are getting towards the end of the show here. Anybody who's listening out there, make sure you guys do leave a comment. Let us know if you learned anything today or something that you probably didn't know about Trooper. The DJ thing is, I want to see a video. And what is the thing that you say all the time?
To all the haters, they can always go wash their ass, But that's all they can do. Wash your ass.
So with that being said, so Troop, before we let you go, is there any last words you want to tell to the people?
Be humble, people, for real, and true to your peoples, and you will go a long, long way in the community. Other than that, to all the haters out there, they can go wash their ass. That's all they can do.
And with that being said, we're going to wrap it up. As I always say, you guys take care of each other.
Be humble and be patient.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Peace.
Peace. Have a good one.
Peace out, guys.